Jason Aldean.
Hey, good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man. Thanks for having me.
I was watching that video. I don't know if it was really a surprise, but when you were celebrating your 30 number ones, it's actually 31 at the time, but they did that thing where everybody was playing songs for you. Were you really surprised by that?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was funny because, I was told that it was just like a normal CRS thing that the label would do where, all the artists will come in and play a song or two and just kind of hang out with the radio for a little bit, and that was it, and we do that all the time, so I didn't think much of it. And so when I got down there, they were just like, all right, sit right here. And I'm like, well, I don't want to sit here. Like, all my friends are hanging out. Like, I wanted to kind of go hang out with everybody. And then all of a sudden they started playing a video, and that it kind of kicked in of what was happening. But
and nobody spoiled it for you?
No. My band knew since, like, November. So I had no idea, man. I was like, that's pretty good for you guys to be able to keep a secret from me that long.
Could you sing every one of your 30 songs back from memory? All your number ones? I guess there's 31 now, so... apologies. I'm not asking you by the way.
I like to think that I could, but I mean, there's probably a lot of those, some of those we haven't played in a while in the show. So,
use a prompter at all?
No,
none.
No, I tried to use it one time. We brought one out for like a weekend, and I just found myself staring at it the whole time, and like kind of, I don't know, it kind of took me out of my element a little bit on stage. So I just got rid of it, and just haven't used them since.
I saw Elton John do a show once, and he has so many number ones and hits it, and he's also way older than us. And he was dialed into the prompter, and I asked him after. I was like, "Hey, do you sing with the prompter?" And he goes, "Yeah." After I don't remember the number he said, but he was like, after hit number 41, like I don't remember the songs anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like it's muscle memory a little bit for me. It's like when, especially once you get into a tour and you're playing a lot, you kind of get dialed in. But usually when the tour is getting started or something like that, it's there's always going to be those nights where you just kind of have a blackout on stage, but I ended up coming up with a better system. So we have all my stuff is on a track recorded, and if I ever forget a word or anything like that, my monitor guy just hits that button, and I hear myself singing to.
Oh, you can sing to you
to like a rehearsal or something. And then I'm able to pick it back up, miss a word or two, and then I pick it right back up. So
I know he wouldn't be mad at me for saying this because he's a friend, but Ronnie Dunn has someone sing the words in his ear.
I was out on tour with those guys, man, and Ronnie was having like some voice problems or something one night, and we have the same manager who's actually here, Clarence Spalding, and so Clarence called and said, "Hey, Ronnie's struggling a little bit tonight. Can you jump on stage and help him out a little bit and sing some songs?" And so I guess I was on his mix, and so when that happened, I could hear that guy, and I was like, what is going on? I never in my life heard that before.
They sing it like a second and a half before he sings his part.
It was crazy. I'm like, I don't know how you do that, man, but it's pretty wild.
You got a new album out today. How long ago did you start on the very beginning? I don't know how you start a new album. Is it you find one song that you like and start, or what?
For me, I like to have like a handful, 4, 5, 6 songs. Just enough to go in and kind of have a little bit of a vibe in mind of what we want to do. So I would say, man, what are we in now?
The year?
April?
Oh, the month. Yeah.
The year.
I'm aware of what year it is, I think. But I would say probably, I was listening to these songs definitely early part of last year, if not like the end of 24 maybe. So like I was already kind of starting to put together songs and things like that. And I feel like maybe early part of last year we went in and started recording, or November or something like that of 24.
Do you have a studio at your house?
No.
Is that purposeful?
Yeah.
Why?
I just, when I'm at home, man, I try not to work. I try to hang out with the family and kids and do all that stuff. And I know that if I have stuff like that at home, that I'll probably just be in there all the time. So I just try to shut everything down when I go home. And I've recorded in the same studio here in Nashville since 1998 when I moved to town. So the same studio that I cut all my demos and stuff like that in back in the day. We still cut there and track every record that we've ever done there. And I just kind of a creature of habit too. So
did you buy that studio?
No. I would never buy that studio. It's not really that nice, honestly. It's been around for. It probably needs some work done to it at this point, but
I'm sure you could.
That's a
spruce
TLC
it up.
show. Right there.
You know where Blackbird is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that one. It's like one of the ones. It's like close to that. That's not nearly as nice.
The album is called Songs About Us. Again, it's out today. That song's with Luke.
Yes.
Yeah, you and Luke did that song. Are you guys cool enough where it's like, hey, hop on this song with me?
Yeah, we just, Luke and I have been friends forever, and we're always kind of looking for a reason to do something, work together and have some fun. So I had this song, and he was just kind of the guy I had in mind for it, and so we were hanging out. I think we went to a Georgia game this year, and we were just kind of hanging out, and I was playing him some stuff that we were working on, and I played him that, and I'm like, if you dig it, come sing on it with me. And it didn't take much convincing. So he jumped on it, and it was cool. It worked out perfect, and we just ran over it actually for the first time. Played it live together for the first time in a rehearsal a few days ago or something. But I don't know. He's my dude. You know what I mean? And anytime we can do something like that, do some shows together, do a song or whatever, it's a lot of fun.
Can you give me a quintessential Luke Bryan story through your friendship, like something funny, like a really good Luke story that maybe we haven't heard?
Oh,
I know. I put you on the spot here.
I mean, I don't want to say one that'll like dime him out. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Luke's just, he's so accident prone, man. That's my thing with Luke. I don't know. You remember when he? I don't know if you guys know the story, but. He like fell off of a skateboard one time in Central Park and had to get stitches. Then he fell on a bicycle and broke his collarbone, and he's always falling off stage,
You guys hunt together, so that would make me scared. He's so accident
I
prone,
don't
and he's got a
him.
gun around him.
I don't hunt with him. No chance. Send him to the other side of the ranch. So my favorite one is he was out at his house, and I guess they were out there shooting skeet or something like that, and the skeet thrower got hung up, and so he's down there messing with the skeet thrower, and that thing lets loose and comes around and hits him right in the forehead. And luckily he had a hat on it, probably would have knocked him out. But it's just that kind of stuff happens to him all the time. It's crazy.
What about getting your wife to sing on a song?
You know what? Britt's a great singer, obviously, and I hear her singing all the time at the house and those kind of things. And, there was a time I think where, she was on American Idol and those kind of things, and I think thought she might want to do that until we met, and she kind of saw what it entails, and I think she was like, nah, I'm good. But I've always thought she was a really good singer, and always kind of been looking for something to maybe get her to be a part of, and and finally this song that we got came in, and I just felt like it was a good fit for her, and especially something that she didn't really have to carry the song. It was something that she could kind of get her feet wet a little bit and go in and sing on, and I thought she crushed it, man. So it was really cool to get her in the studio for the first time. She had never really been in a studio or anything like that, so to take her in and let her see what it was all about was really cool.
That song's called Easier Gone.
Yeah.
That you guys did together. Two of the writers on the song were the two dudes from Lady A.
Yes.
So was it originally, maybe were they writing it for themselves?
I don't know. Charles Kelly was the one that sent it to me, and Charles was singing the demo on it, so obviously it kind of sounds like a Lady A song, but I don't remember there being like a female vocal or anything like that on it at the time. But I think Charles and Dave, those guys write all the time, so I'm sure they were probably either writing for their thing or just writing in general. Sometimes those guys will just write, and if they're not writing for their own record, they're just writing. And Charles had sent me a different song, and I think Blake ended up cutting it, and then he sent me this one, and so it was just one that I immediately kind of had Britt in mind for that, and I told her, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, if we go in there and this sucks, like, it's not gonna make the record. That's a tough conversation to have with your wife. So, but no, it was great. It was a lot of fun to take her in and kind of let her see what that was all about, and let her get in the studio and do it for real like that.
Is there ever a time, or has there been a time in your career where you have a song, but somebody else has the same song, and you both are trying to cut it, and you got to have some sort of negotiation?
No, I don't think so. I remember my second single, Why, was a song that Shannon Brown had this song. Remember Shannon Brown? She's married to Sean Silva, and so Shannon had a record deal at the time, and I think had the song and was planning to put it out as a single, which we didn't know. And so we sent the song to Sean, her husband, to get a video treatment for him to shoot the video for us, not even knowing that she had the song. And so I remember that was kind of a little bit of a thing back in the day. We kind of laugh about it now, but I've never, other than that, I don't remember ever having a song that somebody else had.
Dust on the Bottle with David Lee Murphy, because that's a David Lee Murphy song.
Yeah.
He wrote that by himself too back in the day.
I know, man.
That's a paycheck.
Dude, that is the coolest, might be the coolest guy in town to me. He's one of my favorite David Lee Murphy stories is, this had to have been back in 96 or 7 or something, but I was playing my band down in Georgia. We got into this Battle of the Bands thing, and we won it, and so we got a chance to open for David Lee Murphy, Diamond Rio, and Johnny Paycheck the next day. And so it's me and my band. We're in a van with our trailer, and we're unloading our gear and that morning, and look up, and there's this really tall guy just standing there, and he just starts grabbing gear, moving it, and it was David Lee Murphy. He was like helping us load our gear on stage, and I met him that day, and when I moved to Nashville, he was one of the first guys that I wrote with here in town, and so it was just kind of became friends with him early on, and then as I got my record deal and started, recording albums, it was like he was having a song or two on every record. He wrote Big Green Tractor and things like that. So he's just always kind of been a part of my career, and that was one of those songs. I think it's like the 30-year anniversary or something of that song this year or last year or whatever, and so it's just like, man, there's so much of that 90s country stuff being done right now, and kind of getting back to a little bit of that. And so I was like, man, it'd be cool to just do that song and have him on it. And it was always one of my favorites to kind of play in the clubs and those kind of things anyway.
Jason Aldean's here. His album, Songs About Us, is out today. We're now going to do normal people questions for Jason Aldean. Normal question number 1. What is the air temperature you prefer when you sleep at night?
Probably 68.
Pretty cold?
Yeah.
Would you go colder? Or are you both pretty happy at 68? Is that a point?
When I met my wife and she would like come out on the road and like get on the bus, I kept the bus at 66.
Oh my.
So, but yeah, I've bumped it up to 68. So,
you're a nice guy.
Yeah.
Very kind of you.
That's a team player.
What is the last show that you finished?
Like TV show?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a big reality TV guy. So, what is the last show I finished? I don't know.
What are you watching now, reality-wise?
Dude, all that stuff. Like, my wife she is like suckered me into all of them.
You know, all Mormon wives?
That one, Summer House, which is like all kinds of drama going on now. Like,
yeah.
So she sucks. She's like, you'll never believe what's going on, and then I get sucked into it. You know what I mean? But like Your Friends and Neighbors, the John Hamm thing was something that I watched it a while back, but I started watching the new season. So I like stuff like that. Landman, all the Taylor Sheridan stuff I love. So.
What about acting for you?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you know this, Bobby, but I did do a movie back in the day. You probably didn't see it because not many people did. But, I tried it. It was I got offered a chance to do this movie, and they offered me kind of a bigger role in it, and that I turned down. I'm like, man, if I'm going to suck, I want to be on camera as little as possible, And so I took a different movie. It was Ed Harris was in it, January Jones, Jason Isaacs, and
what was the movie called?
It was called Sweetwater. It was like a Western, and and I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy that process of whatever. I just remember being there, just being like, man, I'm a musician. Like, what am I doing here on the set of this movie? But now it's been a long time. It's like I would be open to it again, doing something. I think I would be pretty picky about it. But I just remember not feeling like super passionate or confident in what I was doing, and so it was a little weird for me.
I'm looking at the poster.
Yeah.
Sweetwater with Ed Harris, January Jones, Jason Isaacs, Eduardo Noriega, and Jason Aldean, and you're in like the top. You're up in the poster.
I know. I made the poster. I used to have this like movie room at the house, and I had posters of all like some of my favorite movies, and then I had that poster. You know what I mean? Like Field of Dreams, The Goonies, Sweetwater.
Was it like Sweetwater, Texas, or what? What was Sweet?
I don't know.
Even know
We
what it was
shot it like New Mexico, so I don't know.
If you were to play a ball player, do you think you're because for example, like whenever Major League and what was his name? Charlie Sheen. He looked like a ball player.
Yeah.
Do you think you could play a ball player and look like a ball player?
Yeah. I mean, I think I could probably pull that off for sure. I think that's easy and kind of would become a little more natural than just like trying to, act and do something that I don't know anything about. But yeah, I'd be all about doing a baseball movie or something like that. That would be actually fun.
Normal people questions, Amy.
We've got great skin.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's more of a statement. But thank you so much.
Followed by the question of, do you have a routine? Because these guys in here, they don't. And their skin is fine too. And they don't they're like, oh, my shampoo runs down my face.
No, you know what? I do have I always use like face wash or something when I'm taking a shower. And then the only thing I really do is I just like daily moisturize. Like I put some kind of lotion or something on my face. Otherwise, it's just like super dry. And so that's it.
That's your routine?
The rest of it's just all natural, Amy.
Eddie?
Yeah, what's the last thing you bought? Like online maybe or a grocery store? What's the last thing you bought?
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. This whole like baseball card, basketball card thing that's happening right now.
I've been in it for it's consumed me.
I'm telling you, like like everybody, I collected all this stuff as a kid, and over time I kind of lost all that stuff as much as we moved around, and so my son is like kind of got into Pokemon, like he was kind of collecting stuff like that, and he just had them laying around. He didn't know what anything was worth or anything, so I kind of started organizing it for him and kind of seeing what he had. And so next thing I know, I'm buying baseball cards and football cards and all this stuff. And now Amazon shows up to my house and it's just like boxes of this stuff. And I'm like, God, it's starting to become an obsession at this point. Yeah.
Silver reached out and he was like, hey, he said, we were watching TikToks of you open cards back in because I'm really into it. And I was posting a bunch of card content. And then I started to buy, and I had to I had to purposefully go, take a second. Don't do it for a month and see if you still love it.
Right.
And so I got to that phase. I still love it, and I have some really great cards I'm super proud of. But I've had to stop doing like you're because it would show up, and I'd have boxes stacked up that weren't even opened, but I just kept buying anyway.
Well, and here's the thing: is people don't understand is you have your retail box stuff that you buy at like Target or whatever, which is fine, but that's not really the stuff that I'm buying. It's like you're buying the more expensive boxes of stuff, and then you you spend like $1,500 on a box of cards, and the best card you get out of there is worth like $200. You're like, I feel like I'm getting screwed on this deal. You know what I mean? So, but it's fun, man. I enjoy it. And now my son, he'll sit there with me and open stuff up, and look what I got. He's opening football and baseball cards. He kind of knows what to look for now, and so it's kind of something I got into with him too.
I was talking to Kenny Chesney, and he said that he had to be reminded to play "She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy." He stopped playing it for a long time. Yeah. And he said Megan Roney was like, why aren't you playing that song anymore? Do you have that relationship with any of your songs that maybe you stopped for a while and someone said, hey, you got to play it again, or some you've just stopped playing?
Yeah, I mean, there's been things you stop playing over the years, It's just you play them so much that it's just like, I mean, we had a song on the second album called Johnny Cash that was one that we played forever. And then it was just like we stopped playing it. Like we played it so much, and so, been playing those songs since 05, 06, whatever, and so you just like, God, man, you just want to play like new stuff. And sometimes you have to remind yourself to like, hey, it's been 2 tours since we played Night Train. Let's throw that back in. Or, it's a good problem to have when you can kind of, change out songs every year on the tour or whatever and still pop in something that was a hit. But I just, for me, it's things that I like to play that I enjoy getting out there and singing, and I try to focus on those, and then, every once in a while I turn around and go, man, it's been, we were talking about the song Why earlier. That was one that I didn't play probably for like 4 or 5 years, and then decided to pop it back in, and, and it kind of hits different too after you haven't played it for a while, and you put it back in the show, and people haven't heard it for a while. So it's, I think that happens quite a bit, actually.
Do you ever change the melodies of songs or change them up a little bit so it feels fresh to you?
No, because I always hated when people did that on the road.
I'd get annoyed.
I hated when I went to see a show and it's like I'm trying to sing and they're like doing something else. I'm like, what is? That's not how it goes, man. Let's go. So I try to keep it like like it was intended to be.
when you're cutting songs for the album, like this album, are you looking for songs that sound great live, like that have energy? Or will you go and search for a couple like ballads purposefully? Like, how do you do that?
I think at this point, I think there was a time where I kind of did that, and I think it always kind of is in the back of your mind of like, man, how is this going to sound live, or how would this fit into our show? But anymore, I just in a place now where I try to I just want to cut like really cool things that are going to be around that people are still going to want to listen to in 20 years, and lyrically is cool. Sonically is really cool and something that I like to play that feels good on stage or a little aggressive or whatever it is we're going for. But, some of my favorite things that we've cut my whole career have come off these last couple albums, things like Trouble with the Heartbreak and those kind of whiskey drinks and those kind of things. So, to me, it's just kind of leaning into that, more of that kind of stuff, more so than trying to find a tempo or a ballad or like whatever. Really just trying to put together an album that has like quality, really cool things on it that I feel like are going to be cool for a long time. Like I always say, like I can go put on the Mountain Music album by Alabama and it's like still sounds awesome today. I'll play that in my car, and that's what I want it to be. Something that people will still listen to 20 years from now and still sounds good.
All right, final thing. Let's do favorites. Favorite food of all time?
Favorite food of all time? Ooh, it's probably fried, like my mom's fried chicken. Not everybody's fried chicken, but hers is pretty good. So, yeah.
Favorite all-time athlete?
Probably King Griffey Jr.
Not like a Dale Murphy or?
Well, he was my favorite, like, growing up.
I'm surprised. Sorry, I didn't mean to question.
Well, no. Dale Murphy was, for every kid in Georgia, Dale Murphy was he was a hero for all of us. He actually came out to my show last year, and so I got the chance to hang out with him a little bit. But to me, the best player that I ever saw play all the way around, whatever, growing up was King Griffey Jr.
I didn't mean to King Griffey shame you.
No. There's a lot of them. Jordan, like, I don't know. They're just so,
Okay, fair enough. Favorite band of all time?
Alabama.
Favorite concert you've ever been to?
Oasis concert last year. Went to their show over in Europe. July 4th, it was their first show back after 16 years or whatever, and I had never quite experienced anything like that, so it was it was insane. So by far my favorite.
To go to a show like that, does that inspire you?
Absolutely, yeah.
What about that show stuck out to you?
First of all, they're over there playing soccer stadiums, which are huge. You think you're playing, if we play Bridgestone here, I don't know what it holds for a show, 15, 18,000, something like that. Over there, they're playing soccer stadiums that are holding 70, 80,000 people, and they're selling them out 4 or 5 nights in a row. It's just, fandom is another level over there, and those guys are massive anyway. So it was just different than it was just a different experience for me.
Favorite movie of all time?
Field of Dreams.
That's quick.
Yeah.
It's not Sweetwater.
No. That may be on some people's list, Bobby, but not mine.
All right, final. Favorite Jason Aldean song?
It's always a hard question for me because I just always feel like they all came at different points in my career. But I would say the one that really sort of changed everything for me was probably She's Country.
Songs About Us, out today. Jason Aldean, thanks, man. And when you go to countries, I was reading about your tour, and you're going to do New Zealand. Have you ever played in New Zealand?
I haven't. We actually just got back from New Zealand.
Oh, so you just then I read that wrong.
Yeah, I went to Australia like 10 years ago, and it was okay. People kind of knew the records, kind of didn't. It was really building it from the ground up over there, which it's a long way over there, man. So but it's been 10 years, and now with streaming and all the things, like everything's global.
How'd it go in New Zealand then?
It was awesome, man. We went over to Auckland. We were there for 4 or 5 days, played a show over there, and then went over to Australia. We were there for, 2.5 weeks and did some stuff over there, and it was great, man. It was a lot bigger, and, country music's a pretty big deal over there right now. So they're getting country radio stations and things like that over there, which they didn't have before. So it's really kind of changed the game as far as going over there, people knowing the music and that kind of stuff.
Songs About Us, out today. There he is, Jason Aldean. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
It's a